Hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a while, been about, what, 2 weeks since I uploaded, but that's because there hasn't been much going on here with the game or anything. But they released a dev diary last week on Amelia, the new hero, and then they dropped a big one this week. I didn't do the one last week, like make a video on it just because it wasn't really very big. So I figured I'd just bundle it in with whatever we got this week, and we got a pretty big one this week. And so I'm just going to jump into it. And speaking of getting a big one, the first card that they showed off was the big one, which I'm just going to be going card by card here, giving my thoughts on what they're going to be like. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt because they're not in the game. First one, like I said, big one. Does not attack normally, attacks random. It's how all the mortars do. I know it costs 11, but 140 is just so much damage. And if you look at like the mortars that we already have in the game, like if you ask any player, give me your top 4 monkeys, like based on strength, 2 of the 4 are gonna be 2 of the 4 mortars, most likely. You can even see it. This is just some random footage I found in my archives. I'm running a deck with 2 mortars here, and you know what? It's probably gonna work. But yeah, I think if the past trends of, how good the last mortars were, it shows us anything. It's that the randomness effect, although it's bad, it's still, you're just getting so much value out of the card. I think the big one's going to be good. It's just my opinion. Next up, we have the Druid. One thing, I don't know if you guys know this about me, Druid is my favorite monkey. Not just like in BTD6 as a gameplay, but I just like the monkey itself. So I'm happy it's getting some love here. It's another defender, and on play, heal your hero 50 health. I think it's gonna be definitely good because if you look at, I don't know, is it supposed to say Dart Monkey under Druid? Oh wait, they all say Dart Monkey. I'm stupid. Anyways, I think just because like if you look at the crossbow monkey right now, it's what, 4 for 60 damage. This is 4 for 60 damage, like with the defender. So it's basically the same as the crossbow monkey, except one has defender, which is just instantly good, and next it has the on-play effect of healing your hero. So I would say it's going to be good, but the crossbow monkey isn't very good, but it's better than the crossbow monkey. So if you're a guy that puts a lot of value on the crossbow monkey, this is just objectively better than it. But if you're like me and don't think the crossbow monkey is very good, then this is just a card that's better than something that's not very good. Next up is one of Amelia's powers, which is for my next trick. Is just pick 2. If it's a balloon, it costs 2 less. I think this card's going to be pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it's going to live up to the power of the hero cards that we already have with like Storm of Arrows and Firestorm and all that. But I definitely think it's going to be good. Not much else to say. If you're running, this is definitely gonna be more of an aggro card because it's like it only costs 4, and then it's if you're running these decks with a lot of balloons in it, you're obviously more likely to draw a balloon. Pick 2 in and of itself is good. I mean, not for a 4 cost, but worst case scenario, you're getting a pick 2. That's all you can really ask for there. So I think. And the card will be good. I mean, it's a hero card, so you can expect it to be good. Don't think it's going to be on the level of Firestorm, Storm of Arrows, none of that just yet. Next up is Blade Maelstrom. Defender. And then its big thing is, on turn end, deal 15 damage to all enemy balloons. Now, it's hard to say that this card's gonna be good, right? Like, first of all, we gotta look at that delay. 4 delay is crazy. Like no matter what card it's on, 4 delay is crazy. Even though it has the on turn effect, I don't know, man. It only does what 30, 90 damage defender for 4 turns, but Super Monkey does like 270 on 3 turns. Sharpshooter does way more on 2 turn. Anyways, but obviously, if you're running Blade Maelstrom, respectfully, you're not running it for the damage, you're running it for that on-turn end ability. Deal 15 damage to all balloons, which I honestly don't think is good. If you look at the current meta we have now of Moabs and BFBs and stuff, like that 15 damage isn't going to do much. You know, even over the 5 turns it takes for a ZOMG to get there, you're doing what? What's 5 times 50? Like 70 or something? I did that quick. Don't at me. I don't know. I don't think Blade Maelstrom is going to be very strong. I think, and it's like you can't even use it to counter aggro because of how expensive it is. I don't know, man. I'm not high on this card. I don't think it's going to be very good. Next up is Bloody Bloon. Highest attack power, enemy monkey's attack power is reduced to 0. This is in play. I don't think this card's going to be very good. If we learn anything from the Aura Balloon, it is that even though it had such a strong effect of 50 damage, or increasing balloon health by 50 a turn, most people were still finding ways to wipe it out in 1 turn. Bloody Bloon, I think, is going to be no exception. Unless you play this early on and they only have like 1 monkey, like, I don't know, I just don't think this is going to be very good. I don't really see much of a use for it. I guess you could use it to push in like pink balloons if your opponent has a defender, but then that relies on the defender being the highest. I don't know. I don't think this card's going to be very good. I think it would be better if they made it cost a ton and then gave it a lot of health, but I don't know. That's just me. I'm not too high on Bloody Bloon either. Next up is Bolstered Bloon. Gain 20 health each time you play a balloon. Now, I was actually thinking about this one, and I think this card, okay, obviously, gotta take it with a grain of salt. It's not in the game. I don't think this card is good. Not only that, I think this card is actively bad. Because hear me out. If you think about it, it has so much anti-synergy. Because it's like, oh, gain 20 health each time you play a balloon, right? So like, oh, that combos really well with 0, 1, and 2 drop balloons. You know, your greens, blues, swarm reds, regular reds, all that stuff. But you're healing so much, but why are you healing if you're using these swarm cards and these cheap cards? That means if you're going to be using them, you're probably going to be using an aggro deck. And aggro decks are basically just, can I do 500 damage before you? Or can you stop me from doing 500 damage? You're just trying to obviously swarm them. You're trying to be aggressive. You're trying to kill them as fast as you can. So why are you healing, right? Like, I feel like that just slows down your tempo. So I'm not saying this card's going to be bad. And I don't know, I think it could be good, maybe as a late game heal thing, like you put it down and then you put down some yellows and a Moab or something, and you just healed 60 health, and you got a cute little push going, and it'll obviously work turn after turn. But I don't know, man, in the late game, a lot of times it's not like, oh, I just died 50 health overboard. A lot of times it's like, oh yeah, they got me 240 health overboard. That's just how a lot of games end. So I don't know. I don't think this card's going to be very good. I think it just innately has anti-synergy, but who am I to say anything? Next up here for the last new card they showed off is the Volatile Bloon. On pop, deal 100 damage to all balloons, and honestly, like, I got no thoughts on this, man. This card could be busted. This card could be trash. I don't know. You know, it's just one of those cards we're going to have to see it play. Yeah, that's about it, man. I think it's definitely a fun effect. Like, I think it's a funny card. I think there's definitely funny potential with it. I don't think it's that good though. I mean, 200 is a lot of damage for a 3 cost, but it's only 1 charge. There's a, you know, I don't know, man. This is just a card. Bro, you gotta ask somebody else about this. I have no idea. This card could be goated, card could be trash. Don't ask me. I know that's not what you guys are looking for when you click on a video like this, but that's my best thoughts on it. Honestly, give me your thoughts in the comments here. Now moving on to last week's Dev Diary here, kind of going backwards and showcasing Amelia the Amazing, the new hero, which I feel like we all kinda knew, right? Like, we all knew Amelia was going to be a new hero when we saw her on, like, the lock screen. Not the lock screen. What's the opening screen, right? And so I'm just going to run ability by ability here. First ability, watch as amazement as Amelia starts off the show with Balloon Shield, which gives your last balloon 30 shield at the end of the turn. I don't think it says how much, Ballontonium you need for the passive here. Probably not a lot. Like, I mean, it's a strong. I think it could be good. I think it could especially be good if your last balloon's like an Aura balloon or something, and you can somehow make it last a turn. Just kind of keep it going. Maybe you got a steady growth, you know. All you put down is a steady growth. Now it just it's starting to gain 80 a turn. I think there's a lot of potential with stuff like that. But in general, you know, I feel like it's pretty on par with the other passives in the game. Next, for Amelia's next skill, she'll be performing Act of Power. What is this? Your next power card costs 4 less. Wow. That is, the wow is wow in the text. It's also wow for me. That's strong, man. Your next power card costs 4 less. That's it, man. I think it's good. I think it could be great or something, you know, could give you a free sticky bomb, help you out in a lot of ways. And then finally, the final ability, I'm doing this as like a post voiceover because I didn't mess it up the first time. But the final ability, it basically just removes one target monkey. Now this is honestly just funny. There's not much to say about it. I think it's gonna be obviously just so strong, especially imagine getting like a 300 power apprentice monkey off your opponent's board, or you know, a glaive ricochet, a big one or bigger one, whatever the upgrade is called. It's just gonna be a strong ability, and people are gonna be so mad about it, and I think it's gonna be hilarious. But that's just my thoughts. So let's get back to the original recording here. That's all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back next time. It's a big dev diary. I feel like this game, you know, is not coming Q3 unless it releases in the next 5 days, but I'd expect a release date either in this dev diary or the one after. So you know what, thank you guys for watching. See you maybe in 2 weeks, I don't know.